might have a little bit of a leeway here with what they're comfortable actually running.
So we see this first map here, Village. I think the Billy Goats, they had that anti-Goats comp that they've been running throughout the entirety of the finals. It was working well, but you saw how it just kind of stalled out against the Chimichangas. A lot of fights looked like it was going the Billy Goats' favor, but just so strong when you have so much health and so much damage output, especially at close range. Not much you can do when a nano boosted Reinhardt, a fully charged Zarya, and a Brigitte are tearing through your front line.
Yeah, paid flash in the Mei gives it up to Iker. It looks like they will be using Mei. One of the maps where she is most famously played on. However, in Contenders EU, there is a Russian team, well, CIS team named Windstrike team, who have been tearing it up. They're currently at the top of the standings in Contenders Europe, and they run Mei almost every game.
She is so strong on this map, but don't you usually see a Reaper with the Mei for that point control?
Sometimes you do, sometimes you just see like other tanks, which helps her get the space that she needs to place on those walls. Mei's coming out on both teams. Maybe Mei is the answer to this Goats meta that we've been wondering so much about.
We'll certainly find out as both teams are making their way to the point. The Billy Goats are opting to take the high ground. However, the Chimichangas are just going to straight up take the point here.
Yeah, smart play from the Chimichangas, not taking the 50-50 and just going into an enemy Mei wall and see who comes out on top. They decide to take the point. Iker will freeze himself and is still looking for a wall. Will take it.
And there goes the trap.
Straight, you are going down. I would mix it out and actually get Zarya bubble. Might be able to stay up. Nice anti, however, from Pate. Might be enough to close out the fight. Another Mei on the point now. Pate goes down to K-Cuz, and it's Ashe doing work onto Trade, but the fight is so scrappy right now. Spice looking for this shot. Does manage eventually to take him down. That's a 3v3 or 2v2 on point or so. Henrietta and K-Cuz coming out. And now just Cyberpunk will get frozen mid-charge. And the rest of the team will make easy work of him. The Billy Goats take the point.
Thanks for the assist.
It's got to be a good feeling. It's the first point they managed to take right out the gate, and they'll be defending it here with this far barrage. Henrietta coming up on her grab as well. Big combo potential. Here comes the Chimichangas on this high ground.
Yes, and it's so hard to get out of the Mei Blizzard in case they use them with these tanks. Iker, very nice wall. I found a charge from Shades to try and keep everybody in the fight. He does. Cyberpunk has the shatter. A Mei freeze onto the enemy Reinhardt will be a free shatter. She does use the wall. Eventually gets taken down by Henrietta coming out of the woodworks. And the Graviton might be exactly what they need. Barrage will do damage, but not enough. The Chimichangas, with a little bit help from Bob, will flip the point.
The nano boosted Bob did certainly do something there.
He did now. Change of plan. Iker goes onto the soldier, which is interesting, to double up on the pressure onto Zerglin.
Yeah, he is definitely a thorn on their side. Just burning down his health. Jared does have that blizzard though.
Yeah, Ashe and the soldier make it so hard for a Mercy to actually do anything in the sky. On the blizzard, the grab. Zerglin in fact going down right after. And Jared as well, even though the point was flipped for the Billy Goats, the fight is definitely going the way of the Chimichangas.
The Chimichangas are going right in there. Bob again out of Spice. That's a quick Bob.
Very, very quick and maybe a little unnecessary. I would have liked to see him use it in the next fight, but at the same time, the Billy Goats used everything as well. And they did not come out on top from that.
So, Chimichangas very much so with the ult advantage here. Iker coming up on Visor, Pate coming up on Nano. That's going to spell a lot of trouble for the Billy Goats.
It does no diva to just pressure Iker directly. Looking for a high ground play now from Billy Goats, and they might not be exactly what they need. And Doofus just comes out of nowhere, getting that damage. Iker forced to just fall back. And the wall not quite doing its job. We'll be able to get out. However, look at the charge from Cyberpunk. Very, very bold in doing so. The Shatter's big, but so are the heals, and no one dies from it. And another pin. Nothing is gotten. Chimichangas are coming out on top again.
Pins left and right.
They are now. Chimichangas on 75%. With the ult advantage, they have a nano visor and only a shatter to close it up. Iker looking to go for a high ground plate behind them, expecting them to go main, but it looks like they're going to be high ground themselves. The Billy Goats coming out from that top right door. Still on Mana Shield and both Star Bubbles. Not quite the time for the trigger, but here it goes. The nano comes out. Iker going for it, takes on the Doomfist. The wall will make it so much harder, but not too hard. Still, trade with the pig. Very nice jump on Surge, however, coming out of the missile range, and that's 3 kills. And the Lucio beat is not enough to keep them all down. And just a Moira on the point. The point again is flipped. 97%. 282, but it's not enough. Overtime, Doomfist on a point. Will the Lucio beat invested to keep everyone alive and make sure? And the ultimate isn't enough to charge just in time. Perfectly timed. Another charge from Trade is not enough. And the Shatter as well. This is just all coming out Chimichangas.
Just like that, the Chimichangas close out the first point on Nepal. They are 1 point away from being Season 6 champions.
Just one map point away, and it would be the end. Chimichangas definitely showing how strong they are, and possibly making a very, very anticlimactic ending to the Cinderella story of Billy Goats coming out from the very, very lowest game in the gauntlet.
You know, everyone loves a good underdog story, but sometimes, you know, doesn't really end out the right way, especially when you have a team like the Chimichangas staring you down as the final boss.
I feel like the Caspers will get really pissed. Oh yeah, this is best of 3. Alright,
So this is it for the championship.
Kicker on the Zenyatta, they're going 4 supports, 5, 6 supports! They are doing it again. They did it last week.
They're winning in style, that is their MO.
We saw it last week, the 6 support composition still ran through the enemies. Chimichangas make it work again. Vegeta as a main tank as per usual.
See, the Billy Goats being a little tentative here with the 6 supports.
They don't quite know how to come around and beat it. Let's see if they will. There is a lot of healing, that's for sure. Faith falls down regardless of it. And a 1 healer out of 5, there's only 5 left.
Zerk will go down to Spice, and Cyberpunk will get the res off, so they're not actually down in terms of numbers.
They're not, and the Reinhardt pin is countered by a break charge.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Look at that, Billy goes nano on the Rhine. He will go and swing about. Taking down 2 supports. Taking down almost 3 supports. Actually, Iker gets the best of him on the Zenyatta. What we are watching is quite bizarre. Zen Transcendence being invested in the fight. There's plenty of those portals, but it's coming up to the time where they have some souls. I mean, maybe they just want to run this comp for the entire time. Maybe just right now.
You know, they're sticking to it. I can't blame them for trying to win in style, but time is ticking here. 50% for the Billy Goats.
Definitely biting them back. Now the rally coming up from the Vegeta onto Spice. And again, the weird thing about this comp is there's so many moments where they have a lot of help. You know, you have the Transcendence, you have the rally, Coalescence. I don't know who even handled this one.
Oh, that's a ginormous 6-man shatter. And the EMP for good measure. Can't do anything about that.
Shatter's huge. And the rally was invested very early into that fight, so none of that for the Chimichangas. They are holding on to this composition again. They're sticking to their guns, I guess.
They're committed here.
Definitely are. Nano Zen, however, look at the Graviton and the anti-nade. They do not survive this. Well, they tried. You know, would have been definitely cool to see them win out with that, but
Billy Goats
why 6 of course
feeling a little disrespected here.
Definitely
you-
the Billy Goats showing them you don't play with your food like that. With us, we're taking you to the 3rd point.
Well, you gotta imagine the Chimichangas are probably gonna switch to a more traditional comp for this 3rd
Wait,
point.
can I whip out the Doom?
Yes, they probably are. Let us see if in the Sanctum, yes, there's the double sniper. And we might just see the end triple DPS.
We're seeing 4 DPS, maybe 5.
Oh no, just solo Lucio and
Mercy, Mercy.
of course. You know, Pate, I'm pretty sure was a DPS player who's just been filling up the role of support.
Pate is he is a Zen main, I think, by trade, but you know, with the meta being what it is, obviously you have to
A
adapt.
lot of mana. Quad DPS. Mercy and Ryan. It's quick play. And see if there is so much damage that the Billy Ghost won't even be able to respond to it. That's the only way I see this working out. You know, meme comps like this eventually can work out against uncoordinated teams. Because Iker takes the fight against Zerglin. And it's so hard. Actually gets the mini, but Zerglin takes him down. Cyberpunk actually getting the kill onto Keikos, but again, there is a sustain, there is a tank. You know, but Cyberpunk actually dragging out more than the rest of his DPS right now.
Here comes the Chimichangas. They're not quite out of the weeds yet.
Tried so hard, got so far.
No, they are not. Iker still hitting some shots, but not quite getting anything pick worthy done. They're holding on to the quad DPS composition.
Widowmaker sights coming out for Iker. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Pate picks up Keikos.
Yeah, there's shields and there's tanks. Let's see if he can take down Zerglin in the duel. Nice shot. Very nice shot. And he finishes it up. Let's take it down. Banger with the res, and they are able to take this point. Now, honestly, if you can take the point, quad DPS can work out.
Makes me
You have
really
so
hard to
many
retake.
Yeah, you have so many sidelines that you can just pour out so much damage out from. And if you can keep your Mercy alive, you only heals at that. And your Ryan on point as a presence, if the fights last too long, you will lose out.
Nice shot by Pate. Zerglin goes down early. And we have the dragon coming out of this Hanzo. He's lining it up.
Definitely got no grav to help out with that, definitely. Out comes the Graviton. Trades, take down Mr. Angel at that. And the dragon gets not much. Nano blade, however, from Zerglin. Slicing and dicing about. Looks to take down. Iker does not.
Iker with 2 kills here.
That might be what they need to just get back into the fight right off the bat. Iker still looking for something. Can he take down something with this visor? With the sights, Sombra knows. Sombra's not getting out of there. Or now they have the number advantage. Spice and Pate with the fat damage on trades on the Roadhog.
And we see Spice coming with Bob here. Gonna send him to do something, but he's gonna go down with the anti-nade.
It's done. Zerglin looking to take down the enemy Mercy. Pius is resurrected and he's going for it, I guess. Bob being invested into the fight. We'll be looking to take down Joseph the Toon, and he does. And however, the Billy Goats.
So the Billy Goats coming up on 85% here.
They do, and they have almost every ult that they need. This is a hard fight for the Chimichangas to win out. Blade comes out.
Oh, it just deleted.
The Fate getting 1 kill. Yep, that's the map. And we are going into map 3.
Yeah, well, it had to come down to this, didn't it? You can't make
I
this
guess
stuff
it
up.
Wait, are
The
they?
final map in our grand final match. Billy Goats, can they do it? Pull off the Cinderella story, beat the Chimichangas. Chimichangas, that is the only 2nd map they've lost in the entire season. And here we go, map 3 will be Ilios.